Hi there. Before you jump into this episode, we want to make sure our listeners know about the How Do You Drew Patreon page, where we release exclusive content for our members.
We've shared unedited video versions of podcast episodes, rare Drew Barrymore photos from our digital archives, movie commentaries, and so much more.
We're currently working through a deep dive of each chapter of Little Girl Lost, which, if you don't know, is Drew's out-of-print autobiography released when she was only a teenager. And it's been really good stuff, you guys.
There's already plenty of content to dig into and lots more to come. So join now for as little as $1 a month and support us at How Do You Drew.
Yeah, go to patreon.com/howdoyoudrew to join today. Thank you.
Enjoy the episode.
Hello and welcome to How Do You Drew?
This is a Drew Barrymore podcast brought to you by thedrewseum.com.
And sponsored by our friends at Positive Medium.
I'm Anne.
And I'm Ashley.
And hello.
Happy anniversary party.
Happy anniversary for episode 111.
My favorite number, my birthday.
1 + 1 + 1 is 3 years.
Oh, okay. 3-year anniversary of the pod. We're celebrating that on this episode because our very first episode debuted on August 16th, 2022. So we're right in that time frame, and this is where we got to celebrate it.
That is so weird.
I know.
It's been that long.
I can't wrap my head around it. It still feels like such a new venture.
I know we've done this before, but like you didn't have your second daughter at that point. I wasn't living in Maine yet. Like,
wow.
There's so many like big things that have happened since then. Like, right. How did we like do this weekly through all that? Holy crap.
I don't know. We were insane.
But yes, if you've listened since the beginning, yay. Thank you for supporting us all this time. If you're new, thank you for supporting us.
We just like having you, new and old. And to the future listeners, thanks for supporting us too.
Yes, if you can hear us.
Would you like to know our most popular episodes that we released in the past year?
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Okay. And really, I think like this is all at the mercy of the YouTube algorithm because some of our episodes have just like done really well over there, so it kind of skews the stats here. But our third most popular was episode 92, which was Movie Line 1995. Great one, totally get it.
Yep.
Second is episode 85, which is the year in review for 1999, which is a great one as well.
That's fun. Cool.
Mm-hmm. And then our number one most listened to episode released in the past year was 89, and that was for Movie Line 1994. So good taste.
Not even the gossipy Movie Line 1992.
That might have been like just before.
Really close.
That might have been the year before. Like, that might be why.
Got it. Cool. I mean, that's always fun, but that's neat to see that people really liked or seemed to like whatever the algorithm, the movie
or
ones.
YouTube told them to watch.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's cool that series, I mean, it was fun to do that series too. So I'm glad a lot of people seem to have heard it.
Yeah.
All right. So we are recording kind of early, so we don't have a lot of stuff at the top, but we do at this point in the episode, in our anniversary episodes, we usually drop in some kind of what do you call it? Like a blooper reel, and we call it the Bloopsie Daisies. So I hope you enjoy this.
I'm so excited for these.
Ashley won't hear it until the episode comes out. Hi, welcome.
All right.
Let me do this theme thing. All right.
Sorry. Why am I always swallowing spit? They told me they were listening to our ever.
He said, "How is it working with someone you have such streelings? How is it working with someone you?" She said, "All of a sudden, one night, I don't know why it hit me. I was in my
unicorn apartment.
I was in my New York apartment. Like prom dress, but with like punk details, like black shoes, like a.
Well, she's a warrior princess.
Oh, of course.
Warrior princess.
Why can I never be left alone? Right.
That's what you get for having a child.
God,
and a husband. That's what you get for just not living alone with cats. Anyway.
Grass is always greener.
Yeah. Notably, she met Jancy Nuvonen.
Jancy Nuvonen.
Another place you can reach out to us is you can send linear
mail.
You can send linear mail.
She said, I wanted it to be enveloping. I wanted it to be enveloping, calming. I did it again. Edit that out.
Hopefully that was really fun and you're all cracking up. If not, we are going to be cracking up when we hear it. So
we're really just here to make ourselves laugh. Let's be serious.
We are 111 episodes in. It's mostly for us. Okay, so we don't have a lot at the top, but let's go back in time a little bit before we get into the third of our summer series.
Okay, let's go back to way back, August 14th, 1982. Mm-hmm. And this is kind of an interesting one. There's a reason I pulled it. So Drew attended, little 7-year-old Drew attended the birthday party for her manager at the time, Larry A. Thompson, at Maison. He's like very like legendary manager kind of guy in entertainment. And it's really just cute little Drew in a sweet little white dress hanging out with a bunch of adults, as we know, like would become common.
About how it was, yes.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like this might have been like one of the first times, that really happened. Larry did later appear on one of those television biography specials about her. Might have been Bravo Profiles. It might have been like the original cut of biography, which that one's not on YouTube, so I couldn't find it. But I definitely remember an interview with him. And then I did find something cute where he told The Hollywood Reporter in 2016 that Drew was a star from the very beginning. So I like that.
Aw, that's really cute. That's sweet. I love this like juxtaposition of Drew with the adults that just becomes such a staple in her childhood.
Absolutely. And I think that the reason I said this one's kind of notable is because this is where one of those really famous photos of little Drew was taken. Mm-hmm. And it looks like there's an empty glass next to her and it looks like she's passed out on the table. Really, it's like probably a glass of water. It's not even necessarily in front of her. And it looks like she's just a bored and tired kid who's out at this party with all these grown-ups. And she's 7.
Like, or it could have just been the moment she just put her head down. Like, it was used because it could be easily construed as that. But she wasn't quite drinking yet.
Very close, but not
very
quite.
Close. Yes. Wasn't one of the first times at like a rap party?
Yeah, the fire starter one. Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. If you want to hear more about little Drew and what she went through, go over to our Patreon.
Patreon.com/HowDoYouDrew.
Yeah, you will get the full scoop over there, guys. We're filling in the blanks that aren't even like told to you in the book. We've done our research and told you what's up. So go check it out. We're almost done with it.
We are so close.
Hey Droobies. We are here to tell you about our website hosts, Positive Medium, and they sponsor the podcast. We've been clients of theirs for over 10 years, and we use them for all our website needs on thedrusium.com.
Their services include customized web design, professional coding, search engine optimization and marketing, plus hosting, which has been huge for us for many years.
Plus, their incredible customer service has been one of our favorite features. They've literally saved our site quite a few times, and they always help with minor troubleshooting in a matter of minutes. So whether that's coding issues or back-end questions, etc., we reach out, we get help immediately, which is just invaluable.
Lucky you. To our listeners, Positive Medium is offering 25% off any managed WordPress hosting plan using our promo code DREW. That's DREW. Visit our friends over at positivemedium.com. Thank you. back to the beach?
Oh, it's time, baby.
It is time.
Hit the saxophone. Before we get into the last two episodes of 2000 Malibu Road, just want to say, first of all, go listen to our other two episodes covering these because, like, you got to follow through the whole thing.
Yes,
But
yes.
I did find this really funny review, this little paragraph here that I wanted to include because it just cracked me up. It says, 4 women, a brain, 2 bods, and a bizarro inhabit the most expensive and maybe the strangest rooming house in the history of television at 2000 Malibu Road.
The strangest rooming house. This was before, why am I forgetting what that show was, where people would like live in a house together and they stopped being polite and
The
started
Real
being
World?
real.
This is like right at the same time as the
That's
early
so
Real
funny.
World.
That's so funny.
You're like, I don't remember what it's called, but they stop being polite and they start getting
Start
real.
being real world. Oh, all right. So Real World with these 3 actresses or these 4 actresses. Okay, so nothing like the Real World. The final 2 episodes, 5 and 6, aired together on September 9th. We had previously said that the final episode aired on the 16th, but we were incorrect there. So you found a whole bunch of various like TV magazines, I'm assuming.
Yeah, like newspaper listings and stuff. And it does
Yes.
sound like it was supposed to go through the 16th, but I found one that said the show was pulled from the schedule because it aired as part of a 2-hour episode on September 9th.
Mm-hmm.
All episodes have aired and CBS hasn't decided whether to make more. Stay tuned. So that's what it said at that point. Well,
Yep.
That's not what happened. We'll get into that at the end.
Yep.
So before we like really go beat by beat, what was your feeling about these last ones?
Okay, so you told me they were going to be kind of nuts, and I felt like they could have been more nuts.
Oh, didn't go bizarro enough for you.
I don't know. Like, I think maybe I was just expecting it to be, I don't know. Maybe as we're going through, I'll tell you ways that it could have gone crazier.
Okay.
But I almost felt like I was like anticipating it. And maybe because
Okay.
some of the things are tropey. I don't know.
Oh yeah, like this
You know?
is definitely where it starts feeling like a soap opera, especially like
Yes.
the joy wacky stuff that isn't necessarily what you'd have in real life.
Yes. Yes. There are multiple things that it's like, what?
Yes, a lot of what moments for me.
Yes. Yes. But we've had those and we still get a laugh out of the rest of the show.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's
We're gonna
great.
laugh a lot in this one, I think. Oh boy.
I think so. No different than the others. Okay.
Yeah.
Opening scenes. We get Drew pretty quickly in this one. First, we see Munoz, the only cop in town, spying on the house in the bushes.
With binoculars, and I was like, he and Joy should probably like compare spying tactics. They both have their binoculars.
And someone's finally using this big pool at the house, and it's our girl Drew, and they film her in sexy slow-mo, because of course.
Oh my god. I'm like, Joel, come on. Did you have to do this?
Yeah.
But she looks great. Rocking the bikini. It definitely, I started thinking of like gross comparison because she's only 13 in it, but Far From Home, she also rocks a black bikini in that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that the second Lindsay gets out of the pool, Joy is right there to surprise her with the towel.
Genuinely like scares her a little bit.
And Lindsay is really over Joy's shit finally. And we're going to see that a lot in these last 2 episodes. Let's play this little clip.
All right, let's get a taste.
I saw you on the beach last night with Eric.
What?
You thought I was sleeping, but I wasn't.
Oh, so you spied on me.
No, I just wanted to make sure you were all right.
Well, obviously I was.
Bitch.
What? The
Yeah,
what's
I
even
like
come
that.
with Drew herself.
I know.
And then Joy, of course, launches into more lies about why her ex dumped her. I forget what they say his name, Byron or something. It was
Yeah.
kind of like an old school name. And apparently he had told, it sounds like she said he like told everyone
Yeah, the whole
That-
town.
that she was a tramp because she slept with him before they got married and he wanted to marry a virgin. Like, oh my
Ugh.
God.
Yeah, it's awful.
And then she went on to warn her, don't go too far with Eric. It's just over the top. I mean, we kind of knew that. I mean, we suspected that maybe Joy had something to do with the separation with the
I'm
person she
certain.
was supposed to marry.
Yeah.
And hence why you're like, big lies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's awful. It's poor,
Mhm.
poor Lindsay. And it really
Yep.
does a number on her. She's gonna be dealing with this for most of the episode, actually.
Yeah, she is. And I feel like she also, at this point, she's definitely like, Joy, you're bullshitting me.
Yeah.
Like even like the expression in like some of that parts, like I feel like she's just like this look of like disbelief. Like I can't
Totally.
believe you're still doing this. Anyway.
So then Perry and Roger, Jennifer Beals, and then her stupid guy, they pull up to the house. And this is the first time where you really get like the grasp of how huge this property is in the front. Like
Yeah.
all the other episodes, when they showed the exterior, it almost looked like it was just from like the street, but it's like this huge compound. And they do show a lot more of this area in these final episodes. I don't know why they didn't utilize it before, but it's so big and I cannot believe I can't track it down. I have like done so many reverse image searches. I can't find anything on this house. Someone's got to know.
So
Yep.
weird. And maybe it's just like gone and has been gone for a
Yeah.
long time. Like maybe it was just like completely something else was built there. Who knows?
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. So yeah, then we get this really like, I mean, I know I've been saying how sweet some of their scenes are, but I love your note that he's totally love bombing.
Yeah, I mean, last time he asked her to move in with him, they're like barely dating at that point. And now he's like, I love you. And just, yeah, I was like, fuck this guy. Like, I am not buying this at all.
I also had to note that she said like she's afraid now, but
Yeah.
in this case, she's like talking about like her fiance or husband like died, so she's afraid to be in love again. But she does seem like more tentative in this scene about him than she does in others. Maybe like I don't know. Like she's saying, "I'm falling in love with you." She doesn't respond to his
But
like,
she almost
"I
like
love
says
you."
it against her will.
Right. That's what I
She's
mean.
kinda
Like,
like,
she seems
you're
like
forcing
not quite
this.
sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, a little nervous about it.
Yeah, that's why she's the brain. All right, the next scene, Jade has some big news.
Of course.
So it starts out with Lindsay. She's still trying to get some advice about men. She's just so poor Lindsay. She just doesn't know how to do anything. And this
Mhm.
time she's asking Jade, but it's kind of like, can I make an appointment with you later to talk about this?
Yeah, because
right?
they don't really get a chance to talk
No.
about it before the others join them. Yeah.
So Jade tells everybody that they're going to have to look for a new place to live. And Joy's like, oh, that's great for you, Perry, because she just spent 2 whole nights in a row with Roger. I'm like, oh my God, let's jump the gun a little bit here.
So, yeah, out of nowhere, Jade introduces her fiance, this like gross guy that we met in the previous episode, and everyone seems pretty like stoked for her, which is kind of weird that they can't sense the weirdness of it, but
Yeah.
I don't know. And Perry is the one who's like kind of thinking about it, like you said, the brain. Unfortunately, Joy is just being a weird creep and says, "May I kiss the groom?"
It's so weird. She's always got to be horny. Like that's part of her character.
And somehow it like she's just weird enough that like people
Yeah.
just let her do it.
Yeah. She
I
gets
also
away
think
with
it's
so
funny that like right after that there's like this cute, like it seems like Joy, Perry, and Lindsay are like kind of like giggling together about it.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
It's a little weird, but it's kind of cute.
I do really love how Drew looks in this scene. We should have mentioned it. She's wearing just like a bathrobe and sunglasses, and she looks super glam. Like this is
She
kind of
does.
only one of the times I'm like, yeah, she looks like she could be like a famous actress, you know? So
yeah,
cute.
she does look really cute.
There's a horribly disgusting scene right after
Ugh.
this with Jade's mom and the fiance, and they're just treating her like absolute shit. Like it's like freaky how bad it gets. The guy even says that when they get married, he can come home to his very own full-time personal hooker.
So disgusting.
Awful. And her mom's like right there. Oh my
Mhm.
God.
And he also admits he's marrying her for the money and
course.
to aid him in his political ambitions. Like he's like,
Blech.
I must have a wife. Like it's just all
Yeah.
really gross. Like even before the personal hooker thing, he's like, I'll go out with whoever I want and then I'll come home to my
Yeah.
full-time personal hooker.
And
It's
you're
messed
always
up.
gonna say yes to me. Like,
Yes.
oy.
But like pretty soon after this, I'm pretty sure she like hits him in the balls and then walks away. Like
Yeah.
totally
She
deserved
seriously
it.
like gets in her car and she's out of there. And that's, I think, it on him. I think he's
Great.
maybe he's like, never mind, this isn't worth it.
If for this episode, at least. I mean,
Yeah, right.
So we have another scene with Jade and her friend, client, lawyer dude. Yeah, it's weird because at this point, I mean, he always seemed like slimy.
Totally.
She like is kind of asking him to help her sort of like run away,
Yeah, like get her out of the country.
which he's like telling her not to do at first, but then he
course.
like encourages her to go to a motel with a fake name and a disguise. He's like,
Yeah,
get a
and
dark
he-
wig.
I know, he acts like it's all off the cuff, but he like has
Right.
a name prepared for her and everything.
Yeah.
Do you think, and it's still unclear to me even after being completely done, is he working for her family? I can't.
Don't know.
Okay.
I
To
can't.
be determined.
Well,
never.
I guess what I was thinking is that the voice that maybe she hears later is like her dad or or somebody like that.
I was thinking that too. I was actually listening for that and I just couldn't tell. We'll explain that when we get to the end of the episode.
Yeah, but that might be a clue that we would have gotten more information on,
Yeah.
but who knows?
Okay, so Lindsay and Eric are on the beach together, and Lindsay's a little testy at first because she's being affected by Joy's lies about her being a tramp, and she thinks like, maybe Eric's only interested in her for sex, but he's just like, no, like we're good. Like he charms her really quickly with sweetness. He he really deals with her
Yeah.
really well throughout the entire show.
Yeah, he seems to like bring her kind of back down out of these
Yeah.
like places that usually Joy is bringing her.
Yeah, exactly. And I do absolutely love when Joy shows up to interrupt them. He does a really great groan. I didn't cue it up,
Yes.
but he's just like, ugh. And then Joy takes Lindsay away to go practice lines.
You know, Joy, he's actually very nice.
Yeah, that's because he hasn't gotten what he wants yet.
You know, all men cannot be as bad as you say they are.
Oh, Lindsay, you are so young and so naive. I wish you could stay this sweet. And I'm sorry that I have to be the one to tell you just how gross and animalistic the male species really is.
Joy.
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 Do you think at a later point we would have learned that like some dude did a number on Joy? Because I feel like she's always like projecting this like hatefulness towards men, except no, she's not really, because she wants every dude she comes in contact with. It's really, I guess, just on Lindsay's behalf that all men are
But also
disgusting.
like the way she is around other people in general is weird, really weird. Like
True.
I don't know what's up with Joy. Like I don't have a clue. I think she's overprotective of Lindsay, obviously, and is making up like taking things out of proportion.
Blowing things out of proportion.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so then Perry's not able to reach Roger.
Of course.
And
Ugh.
after this like love bomb.
Yeah.
And also Sergeant Munoz stops by. So Munoz is admitting to unofficially trailing Jade because he thinks she's in danger, which is cool. Like he's paying
Yeah.
attention, like we said earlier last episode, I think.
I mean, it's a good thing the only cop in town is paying attention.
Yes. And he's not able to find any legit information on Jade's lawyer/friend. So we already get this like you were so like right away like this guy is shady.
I hate him. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he
yeah.
starts off trying to drown her in the ocean in the very beginning. Ugh.
That's right. I couldn't remember that.
Yeah.
So Perry at this point in the episode is like visibly buzzed and she's like kind of like being a little like casual with the cop, but I feel like
thought so,
also they
too.
all are a little bit. I don't know.
Well, no, I think she does feel like she's being a little flirty with him. I like how you
Okay.
said a little familiar in your notes. Yeah.
Yes.
And
yeah.
and you can tell like because the scene ends with him being like, do me a favor and drink some black coffee before you drive.
Yes.
She's
yes.
like, oh, she's like looking at her wine glass.
Yes.
Like,
and
is it that obvious?
Of course, this is like a continuation of the like them pushing that she's like drinking a lot of wine.
Yeah,
so
but
this
it never
is
goes
more
anywhere.
No, it doesn't. I mean, doesn't seem to.
No.
So it turns out that Jade's friend, this lawyer, quote unquote, was just renting his office, a furnished office, week to week. Perry finds out because she goes there.
Yeah, she goes there and they're like cleaning it out.
He moved out. Yeah. And then later Perry discovers that there's no one with his name registered to practice law in the state. So officially a fraud.
Ugh, what a piece of shit. He
Yeah.
didn't expect the brain to be investigating this, did he?
Yeah. No.
Okay. So now this was the first moment where I was like, what? What is this soap opera craziness? So we see Roger, or so we think, walking down some street. I don't know what he's doing. And somebody stops him and he's like, hey, Roger, we played football together.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's either a split personality or an evil twin, very doppelganger-esque.
Yes.
And he says, I ain't never played no football. And he's like wearing a black leather jacket. He doesn't look like surfer guy anymore.
Yeah. And I just couldn't help but think like maybe this version did actually sexually assault his ex.
Oh, I think for sure that's
I mean,
happened.
once we get to the end of this episode, I was like, oh.
Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah. Really yikes.
Yeah. I do like that Joy says to Perry, don't tell me that miserable, flaky Roger did another disappearing act. And I was like, yes, that's what I've been saying, girl. And then she also says, if that psycho hasn't killed him, I promise you I will. What a good friend, huh?
Perfectly Joy, too. I guess she's protective of everyone. Everyone who's in her corner, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so now I guess this Jessica Rabbit show thing, because it's back on, but, it's whatever.
For now.
They're in a meeting for the show. It sounds like they're going to maybe do a run through. And you notice that Drew's wearing the same dress and earrings from the first scene in episode 1.
Yeah. Her hair even looks the same. I'm like, did they film these simultaneously? But it also doesn't feel like they planned out the show like that far in advance.
But I bet they filmed the 6 episodes like together.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know. Like, it's so she looks exactly the same. So
do we know the timeline? We do know the timeline of their filming, so it probably is like
we have like an idea. It's a pretty short window.
So they probably just filmed them all, but that would be really weird if they had something like this far into, well, who knows? It's very possible. So of course, Joy has some notes on the script.
Like she shouldn't even be sitting at this table. Let's be real.
No, it doesn't make any sense. She says she's like very adamant that the writers aren't capturing Lindsay's character. So she took the liberty to hire a freelancer so she could, get the young stuff in there. And this just like completely starts everyone is just so embarrassed. Lindsay's so embarrassed. Like Scott's so embarrassed. Who cares about Scott? But like he's so embarrassed.
And Jessica is pissed and she's going to quit if Lindsay and her sister don't leave the show. So, you can fill in the blanks here. Drew's going to be fired again.
Fired.
Project's on, project's off.
Yep. Right after this, Scott physically pushes Joy out of the office and locks the door. Like,
I think she's even like rattling the door handle. Like, can you imagine what everyone in this room would think after this? Oh my goodness.
Oh God. I mean, I know like Joy is representing herself, thankfully. Well, I guess she's representing Drew. Hence not Drew, but Lindsay. But of course she pulls something that she both gets her the job and then fucks it up.
Of course, I know. You're right. She's like getting wins and losses all the time.
Yes. So Joy and Scott, who just had this weird like blowout.
There's a lot of like editing choices where I'm like, your mood in this scene and then your mood in the next scene are really all over the place.
Right. This is weird. So Joy and Scott are taking a walk on the beach and it's like romantic kind of. So it's like we know that Joy wants this, right? So right after Lindsay's fired, Scott is prepared to have sex with Joy to pay her back for how she's helped his career.
He literally says he's prepared.
Prepared.
Like he had to
Yes.
like get himself to this point.
Yes.
So she tricks him into getting naked on the beach. I mean, I love her little speech to him. We've got to play this.
Absolutely.
Let me clue you in, little man. I will have Lindsay's career and you on my terms. Lindsay will be the biggest star this town has ever seen, and I will have you on the floor howling like a dog, begging for me.
Wow.
Oh my God. And that's followed by her literally taking his clothes and yelling that he's a pervert to strangers as he stands there naked. And she's just like yelling after him, Joy! Joy!
Yep.
It's pretty great.
It's so good.
Her like turning that around on him. I did not expect it, but
No,
I love it.
Howling like a dog. All
So
right,
funny.
so we're back to Jade and her stupid fake lawyer friend. He gives her a fake passport. I did get a really good 90s giggle out of him going, I had one of the Polaroids I took of you altered by computer. Isn't that great?
So good.
And he says he has her all set up on a corporate jet to Brazil. She's like,
God.
You're so full of shit.
Yeah.
And then
totally
this
full of
weird
shit.
scene where he confesses his love for her again and he offers to join her. But the whole time she has her back to him and she's not responding to anything he says. She's completely ignoring him like she can't hear him. So he's able to temporarily pull a gun on her without her noticing. Then is he going to shoot her? I don't know. But he can't.
It's so dramatic. And then it goes back
silly.
down.
She doesn't notice anything. She like literally is in her own world. It's hilarious.
Yeah, and then that's followed by them making love?
Ugh.
Why?
Because he sucks. I hate him.
And
Okay.
also, like, why does he want to kill her?
Yeah, like what is his deal? We will never know.
I mean, we will never know. I was going to say, wait, we'll see. No, we won't.
Maybe he was hired to do this whole scheme on her, and then he ended up actually having feelings for her. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
probably. Probably based on how he seemed to be like, I'm supposed to do this when he's like, holding the gun at her and then just slowly backs down.
Totally.
I think you're right. He's just too, he's too in love with her. So we're at the coffee table with Perry and Joy, and they're reading the newspaper, and Joy reads that Jessica Raleigh's dude has run off with her personal trainer. And apparently that's like the ultimate karma, according to Joy.
Hey, do we think Joy had something to do with this? It feels like she's taking credit for it.
Okay,
I don't know how she could make that happen.
I don't know, but I did notice that when they were at the table for Jessica Raleigh's reading, that like as Jessica Raleighh and like her guy were leaving, he was like, I thought you were gonna try to get me apart.
Yeah.
So like
clearly, Joy could have heard that and exploited it. Who knows?
Very true. Very true.
We're at the motel again, and how convenient. Munoz has been called there because he's the only cop in town because there's been some sort of vandalism. It's not part of the story. And then he sees Jade's car, and this will come into play later. So very lucky that he's the only cop who could come around.
Very lucky. And guess what? Guess what happens to Lindsay again?
She started filming a show. Nope, she's been fired yet again. Let's hear what she has to say about. Even she's starting to understand this is a pattern.
Lindsay, what are you doing? I thought you'd be working.
Take a guess.
Don't tell me you got fired again.
I knew it was coming.
So did we, Lindsay. So did we.
Yeah, we knew that this was just going to be this loop over and over and over again. But she's getting snappy with him.
Again.
Still for that thing that Joy put in her head, and she ends up asking him, do you want me for your movie or do you want me for sex? And he does handle it pretty well.
Really well.
I mean, she says something like, oh, I want us to have like a professional relationship if I'm going to do this with you. And he says something like, well, I didn't expect us to be platonic.
Yeah, he's like, that's not really that's not really what I want, but I'll respect it. Like, he's
Yeah.
great. But I
Yeah.
am getting sick of this reoccurring theme in the show where every dude is telling the women, I'm not going to hurt you. You can trust me. Like, with him, I believe it at least, but it's like every dude
Everyone.
in the show.
Right. There's like later, there's a Munoz thing that's about trust. Okay, so now we have a stretch of a lot of no Drew, but we'll just give you guys some updates since this show is ending.
No Drew, but lots of drama.
Yes, so Perry's in her office. She can't reach Roger or Jade, so she's like kind of worried. And then the fax machine starts, fax is coming through. She's looking at it.
Do you guys know what a fax is?
Good question. I feel like most of our audience will, but if you don't, how do we describe it?
It like predates email.
It's like a copy machine, but you're getting a message.
Yeah.
So a text, not a text, a fax comes through and it says, "You're dead," like a ransom note.
And I like the unnecessary quotation marks around it.
It's so good. Like, who's being quoted here? But when I say ransom note, if you guys don't know what I mean, it's like the cutout letters that are all janky. And then, of course, they are able to trace that it came from a public fax machine at a drugstore, which is a mile from Perry's house. So, like, somebody close by.
But, we're supposed to think it's Allison, the psycho ex. And we never find out. Sorry to tell you guys. We never find out who's sending her all these messages. Is it like the evil Roger?
I mean, probably.
Probably, right?
I'll just take us back to the last episode when we were joking about, like, wouldn't you have heard somebody breaking into the house before they spray paint?
Yeah.
So maybe he literally is doing it, his other personality. well, who would write that? I don't know. None of it really makes any sense. And like you said, we won't have any resolution.
All right. Now this was another scene where I was like, oh boy, we are in soap opera territory. So Joy is in the bathtub and she's making a Scott voodoo doll and stabbing it repeatedly with little pins. And not just that, she also has a spell.
She does. Let's enjoy this.
Scott Sterling, heartless lover, faithless friend. I evoke the power that will bring your crimes against women to an end.
It's so good. We love Joy.
Amazing.
I love that the voodoo doll like has his actual face, like a picture of his face on it too. It's not just like, a faceless. It's so great.
And I think it works, yes?
I mean, based on the fact that, yes, they show him unable to perform with a woman in the bedroom like that, like right as it's happening.
And he's like all sweaty looking. I honestly, I thought we were going to get him going like, like, as if he was being poked with pins. But this was good enough. I like it.
It was good. And then it comes back later. And it's really, it's just so silly. It's like, yeah, you can keep thinking that this woo-woo stuff Joy is doing. Okay, well, it's something's happening. Something seems to be happening.
She has some power.
Right.
All right, so we're at Jessica Raleigh's hotel suite. And it's just full of flowers and balloons. And I'm like, really? People sent these to her because her guy, like, dumped her? It just feels a little silly.
Over the top.
Over the top. And of course, who's knocking at the door? It's Joy. And yet again, someone groans at the sight of her.
Yes.
Jessica's just like, ugh.
Yes. Yes, she
And
is.
I was definitely picking up on what you mentioned last episode, where Joy sometimes has this like Kitty Farmer from Donnie Darko vibe.
Yes.
And it's that like impassioned, over the top, whoa kind of talking that I like totally heard it here.
Yes. I doubt your commitment to sparkle motion.
Yeah.
So Joy, of course, is trying to comfort Jessica, and it's really hilarious because she's talking about the fact that there's like alcohol in the suite and like, is she tempted? And Jessica like admits like opening the cabinet and then resisting, but she like keeps talking about she's eating all these snacks to cope, which is really funny.
Yes,
but I don't like
that
it.
comes up a lot, and it feels very, again, in the like fat shaming, like, oh, she ate food, like, oh, she must be really troubled. It's so silly.
Yes. And then, of course, she insists that they go to an AA meeting again because she's going to just try to, whatever, schmooze some more.
I
I don't
guess.
understand Joy. I mean, obviously. So then we go back to Jade's motel. So we return to the place where the cops saw Jade's car. I love your note here.
I know, I'm laughing at my own note because there's like very moody neon lighting like all through this scene. And I was like, oh, this is like Joel Schumacher practicing for Batman Forever because that's like how that whole movie looks.
That's the only time like the style that we might imagine from that comes through. Everything else is just like bright and soap opera-y.
Yep.
So the guy from the very first scenes in the first episode makes his way to Jade's room with a gun. She almost gets away to her car, but then this dude catches up and Munoz is there.
He's not just there. He literally slides in sideways on his motorcycle, flips a giant table to use as a shield, and then shoots the guy through the window. Like, it is dramatic.
Right. And I was just like, that was the murderer, right? Like, I was like trying to figure out, like, wait. And we don't really know, I guess. Yeah. But he is the one who brought the woman with her, and then she's the one who was found dead.
Yeah. It's likely.
Yes. But that is just like out of nowhere. It just gets like super dramatic.
Action.
And yeah, Munoz shoots a guy.
Yeah, he sure does. And that's just like kind of never really, that's just what happened and we're good. We'll move on.
Yeah. So now, even though Perry hasn't been able to reach Roger, he just shows up at the Malibu house almost immediately saying he doesn't have much time, which is so fucking annoying.
I know. And he is just full of his bullshit excuses. He's like saying, oh, I have to get my taxes in order and my divorce and blah, 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 blah. And I do like at first Perry sort of stands her ground. She says, I know everyone's supposed to be laid back out here by the beach, but I'm not like that. And I was like, yeah, but all he has to do is get a little bit like puppy dog eyes and she forgives him and agrees to meet him in Carmel. And I'm just like, so much for her being the brain. Don't do it, girl.
But I also like, it's like, there's more love bombing happening here, of course, but she kind of seems to like it because then she's like, you could ask me to beg a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like, she's like playing with it a little bit at least. So it works on her. We know it works on her, I guess, because.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah. So, some more scenes between Jade and Ron. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Saying, my name's Ron.
I know.
Quick editor's note. The character of Sergeant Munoz in credits online says that his name was Joe Munoz. And in this episode, for the first time, he introduces himself as Ron, which is the actor's actual name. Anyways, back to the show.
Sergeant Munoz.
My name's Ron.
They're back at the scene of the crime, but basically they're there. The cops are like around. They show all the lights, and then they show Jade, and she's no longer wearing the wig that she was wearing in the previous scene. And her hair looks like perfect, like just right. Of course it does. Yeah. And then Munoz tells her the truth about her stupid, like, quote unquote lawyer friend, Hal. And then Jade makes up a story to Munoz's boss so he wouldn't get in trouble.
Yeah, because he's like not supposed to be working on the case. She makes up a real convoluted story. I like couldn't even follow it, but she's like doing him a solid because he saved her life.
Right.
So, okay.
Yeah, and then there's something weird here. I guess I didn't catch it, but I think he gives her a ride home on his motorcycle.
Yeah.
Even though her car was at the motel.
Maybe she was too
scared,
shaken up to drive. I don't know.
I guess that makes sense, but it's also funny because there's a scene later where she's like, he says something about the motorcycle and she like says she doesn't mind. I'm like, wait, you already had a scene earlier where she was riding on it. Like,
I didn't even catch that. But it definitely seems like they're setting up a romance with these two. And
totally.
You'll see later on. I'm like, yeah, I knew it. But that's cute because I thought he was going to be more of a like love triangle with Perry. Like I thought it'd be like, I don't know. I just saw them as having a little bit of chemistry too. So
yeah,
interesting there.
It is a little interesting.
So we get the sisters by the pool. I didn't make a note about this, but I almost was wondering if this was actually Drew in this scene because you never get a close up of her. It's very far away. And when she gets out of the pool, they shoot her from like the like ankles, you know, like, and it's just strange. Like there's no close up of her. But anyway,
that's weird.
Yeah. So we get like 3 seconds of at least Drew's voice. And she tells Joy that she's going to go meet the homeless girl, that she's like the character in Eric's script that she's going to play is based on. And then she quickly pieces out because Scott arrives and she says, that guy gives me the creeps. Like he should be feeling more than that.
Yeah, I like how she says it like loud right in front of him.
He did like assault you in the first episode. So yeah.
Yes, he did. And of course, he's there to ask Joy to remove the hex off of him. Of course.
He literally says, I want you to take your hex off me, you witch. Like, how would he know that? Come on.
But this is the best part, is that like his urologist, his doctor, apparently told him that the only explanation for his problem of male sexual inadequacy is a hex.
That's some science right there. That's some medical science.
Have you had any women recently who you might have upset?
Who might be a little witchy. They like crystals and astrology.
That's the only explanation I have.
Oh my God. All right. So the Tremonts are here, which are Jade's parents. And they're suddenly going to go home and they're totally fine with her not marrying that guy. And there's like no resolution there whatsoever.
Maybe there was a hex on them too.
Maybe. Good job, Joy. And then there's this really upsetting, creepy scene where they're saying goodbye to her and the stepdad is like slowly looming in menacingly towards her for a kiss goodbye. It goes on forever until she like turns and runs away. It is so gross.
Right.
So weird.
It's creepy and is weird because no time before that do we have any. I guess we know he's an asshole.
Well, I mean, she does when they have that scene where she's like trying to blackmail him. She says like, I'll tell everybody. And she never says what. So I'm like, oh, he abused her whole life. It's awful. Blech, hate it.
I hate it. Right? Hate it.
Yeah, let's move on to something nicer. We get more shots of this huge property. There's like a whole ass lagoon, a gazebo, I guess you'd call that area. They've never shown this. It's so
Can we
funny.
believe it's on the same property? Like, did they show enough to make it look like it is?
Yeah, I think so because the entryway to the house is very specific. And when like there's some tracking shots, it looks like it's all the same place, from my opinion. So Perry and Jade are sitting out in this gazebo and they have a talk about the fake lawyer dude. And Jade tells her she doesn't have to move out anymore. And for some reason, she's suddenly like in a really good mood. Like this is the best mood we've seen Jade in for this entire show, even though the last scene is her running away in slow motion.
So again, this not really sensical juxtaposition. Oh my God.
Weird.
But like, I'm like, why didn't Jade tell Perry about the shooting?
I don't know.
Like she doesn't even mention it.
There might be something in the newspaper related to my case. And that's like all she tells her, right? Yeah.
Right. She doesn't like, I don't know, give her any more information. Maybe I don't know. Maybe she thinks Perry will be jealous that Munoz showed up. I'm just kidding. Okay, so then we get this scene where Lindsay is on the beach where the homeless are with Eric, and the kids there are sharing their stories with Lindsay and Eric. And of course, Joy shows up because of course she does.
Before we get into what happens in this scene, Drew's hair here is like first of all, it's the very yellowy blonde it's been the whole episode, but it's more like slicked back and straight and gelled. And it was giving me big time Tori Spelling mid-90s vibes. And Tori has admitted to like copying Drew's style in the mid-90s. So I have to wonder if there's an inspiration here.
Right. There's like that little flip at the bottom, which I feel like really feels like Tori Spelling.
Totally.
Okay, so Lindsay is telling Joy about the homeless girl. And let's listen to this because Joy is
such a bitch.
Hi. Hi, I'm sort of busy right now.
So, is that the girl you're going to be playing in Eric's movie?
That's Annie. Her mother threw out when she was 12 years old. The pimp got her hooked on heroin and turned her on the streets, and now she's 17 and dying of AIDS.
You're going to play a teenage runaway, addicted to drugs, homeless hooker with AIDS in Eric's movie?
Yeah.
What an attractive screen debut for you.
Jeez.
Also, I just had this like lightning bolt moment of realization. That's like what that Sublime song is about. Annie's 12 years old. She's gonna be a whore the wrong way. Right?
Yeah.
I know you, Bradley Noel. You're watching 2000 Malibu Road.
That's so funny. Okay, so then Lindsay is saying like this movie, she thinks it's going to be the best thing that's ever happened to her, and she knows about Joy pretending to be an alcoholic to go to these AA meetings with Jessica. Like, she's totally calling her out. So finally,
Yes, finally.
So I'm helping Jessica with her recovery.
No, you're using a serious illness like alcoholism to kiss her butt. And I think it's pathetic. And it's never gonna work because she doesn't like me and I'm not right for the part anyway.
but then yeah, Joy goes on to say that she's like gonna get rid of Jessica. Like,
Yeah,
what
it's
the
gonna
hell?
now be the Lindsay Rule show or some bullshit. Yeah, she is.
Once again, there's no like limit that she won't go. Like, what
Nope.
is she talking about? Killing her? Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Oh, I just couldn't
Or
realize the
making her drink again.
final scene. Yeah. She's gonna make her drink again. Oh my god. All right.
Mhm.
Woo. I do like how Drew's voice is just like, I'm so fed up with you. You know, you
Yes.
can really hear it.
It's so good.
So Munoz and Jade take a walk. And again, I'm having whiplash. Like, all of a sudden she's like super hostile to him and she's accusing him of working for her parents out of nowhere. It makes no sense. I
Yeah.
do like his response. He says, I'm not for sale. I'm not a trick and I'm not working for your parents. And then of course, just like every other dude on the show, he says, like, you can trust me. I'm not going to hurt you. The same old lines that they're all saying.
Yeah, how can that not just be like a broken record at that
Yeah.
point? Like,
Yeah.
guys just saying, trust me.
I know.
We like Munoz, but we don't know where this would have gone. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just such an odd scene that comes out of nowhere and doesn't go
Yeah.
anywhere.
It also seems weird, like Jade's outfit in that scene is like
I noticed it too.
almost like nude dress with like gold chain straps.
Yep.
Like, I'm like, what is this?
You can take the sex worker out of the sex, but something like that.
Something like that. So then we see Joy go to a place called Eva's Psychic Supplies, because of course, right?
Right on the nose.
Yeah, so Joy walks in. She tells her about the love spell she's cast on Scott, and she says it's the selfish jerk who might be her soulmate. Oh, God.
I do kind of love that she's like really into him, even though, you know, she's not very nice to him. They don't have a
Right.
good friendship, but like part of her just wants him. She wants
Right.
him begging
You know
for her
what?
like a dog.
Because she's so cool.
You're so cool. So the psychic Eva is just scandalized by the fact that Joy used a voodoo spell to harm him, and I love her response to this.
Yes.
You worked on a spell to harm him?
Oh, I was just fooling around. I didn't think it would really work.
Amateurs.
I just really like that part. It's so dumb.
So good. It's so good. And of course she says like Joy has released the power of evil and is in grave danger. And then she says no one escapes their karmic dues. And like Joy does look scared.
Oh yeah, she sure
Because she
does.
knows this is real, right? Another small editor's note here. The psychic is played by an actress named Yvonne DiCarlo, who was the original Lily Munster from the TV show The Munsters from the 1960s. Pretty cool. All right, so we've got a little bit of girl talk in Jade's room. Jade is trying to loan some lingerie to Perry because I think she's going to go
She's
on
gonna go to Carmel, meet up with Roger. Lindsay's hair in this scene is already totally different. The Tori Spelling straightness is gone, and there's like curls back in her hair, but it's supposed to be the same day, so that cracked me up. And then we get this very long, very heavy-handed PSA about safe sex, which is like, it's great that they're doing that, but it's so like, you cannot help but roll your eyes at some of these lines. And it's so long, like we can't play the whole thing. We'll just get some of the best parts in here.
So what do you use?
I've always used condoms. Whether you sleep with Eric or not, you know, I don't know if that's right. But if you decide to, you have to protect yourself.
Yeah, but Eric is, I mean, he looks so healthy. I mean, I know that he doesn't have AIDS.
It doesn't matter. Even if he's been tested, there's a 6-month latency period where the virus doesn't show up. You have to take responsibility for yourself.
So like after school special.
You think it's going to be like, okay, that's enough. And then it's like, you know, a guy really respects a girl who's prepared. And I love that. Like,
but he'll have one. I don't need to worry about it. But he looks so healthy.
It's kind of great, but also heavy-handed and kind of funny.
Very, yeah. I do kind of love this in juxtaposition to Drew's female condom commercial that she did 4 years later, though, where she's like, you better protect yourself, girl.
This is simple. Communication is the key. What did you do to protect yourself today? Have the female condom. If some fatal disease did fall upon you, how simple all of a sudden it would be to have protected yourself.
I like that Jade really got through to her, and now she's just, what did you do to protect yourself?
Yes. So even though Drew looks totally different than earlier, it's supposed to be the same day, she looks so lovely.
Yeah, I really like this outfit. I would totally wear this top. And yes, she's beautiful. There's some really good close-ups in this scene that I liked of her.
When there's that serious conversation happening about safe sex, there are some beautiful shots of Drew. So while you're getting your safe sex information, you're getting some like
gorgeous imagery.
Eye candy.
There you go. All right, so Munoz is back at the house. He says his guys have found Allison, the crazy ex, quote unquote. And Allison said she'd been out of town at her sister's, so they can't do anything unless she makes another move. And Perry's super pissed about all this. And Roger's still MIA, by the way. They can't find him anymore.
Of course he is.
Yeah. And on Munoz's way out, Jade runs out and apologizes to him, and they set up a date. And I was right. There's a little something going on with these two. I gotta say, she feels like very much like the adult of the series, right?
Yeah.
How old do you think she was? Because I looked it up and I was like, oh my God.
Younger or older than you think? Younger, probably, right?
You just tell me what you think.
37.
Okay. 36. You're right on.
Oh, wow.
She comes
off like she could be over 40 or like
so much younger than me.
Right.
You know, and like she's just, that's not the way that her character feels. It's just kind of
funny. I mean, I'm guessing not like, okay, if I was guessing like how old the character's supposed to be, I might say like in her 40s.
Yeah. So we're back on the beach at the homeless encampment, and it's the same day. Lindsay's wearing the same outfit. So I'm like, okay, she must have just taken a lunch break. She went up back to the house to find out about condoms. Now she's back down there, but she also curled her hair even more. So this is the third time this day that her hair has changed. It cracked me up.
That is really funny. Like there was no like continuity.
Nope, not at all.
So after hearing the stories that all these homeless kids were telling about their lives, Eric is like kind of like getting really romantic and saying he doesn't want to waste any time. He's really realizing how short life is, and he doesn't want to miss out on any love. And immediately tells her he loves her, and she reciprocates, which is really sweet. But it's also like
this one feels more earned, at least. I'm like, yeah, they've been having. Yeah, I'll let them have their love. It's cute. Or maybe it's just Drew so good at acting in love.
True.
I love you.
Erica, I don't know. This is crazy. I love you too. I'm totally nuts about you. Just kiss me.
Just kiss me.
Just kiss me, and then heavy make out, and it like, goes on for like a while.
These two get the smooches in.
Yes. Yes. And then they make plans to spend the night together the next night. Of course, she says, after Joy falls asleep, I'll
I
come
know.
over. But they're basically like planning to be together. Like,
Woo!
yeah. Woo! Yeah. If this was, what can I think of what
Saved by the
show?
Bell.
Thank you. Wait, we were just talking about Saved by the Bell before because
Yep, it
what was
comes
it?
up in my life a lot. All right, so we're getting towards the end, guys. This is like the big
Yes.
finale. So
Yes.
Munoz comes over and brings a tape to the house for Jade. He
Mhm.
found it in the van of that guy that he shot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so this is how police handle evidence, right? Like he hasn't even listened to it himself. He brings it over for her to listen.
When there are one, maybe two-person police department, apparently. He's just like, Jay's my partner now.
Yeah. Jade, you got to tell me what's on this tape. So she hears on the tape her lawyer friend setting her up for the murder, like framing her.
Mhm.
And it feels like she recognizes the other voice in this conversation, but I could not. I even literally held the speaker up to my ear. And I'm like, it's just some anonymous dude as far as I can tell.
Yeah, and they also, like, I feel like Munoz asks her if she recognizes
Yeah.
it, and maybe they don't even have her say, or
No,
she
they ended on like a cliffhanger of her looking like,
like
upset.
really
Yeah,
surprised. Yeah.
totally.
All right, so now there's this huge storm. Like, it's just like wild storm outside, and Joy is like saying she's about to go out, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Lindsay's being kind of snippy with her, but she says that she's got to go out because she needs to secure Lindsay's future.
You're going out in this weather? When I come back, I'll have secured your career forever. Then you'll know who really is on your side.
Joy, please.
Please.
Joy, please.
And Joy is a little suspicious when Lindsay said she's not going anywhere. She's just taking a shower, which, like, I don't know why you would be suspicious of that, but okay. And she goes and snoops through Lindsay's purse, which I noticed has a daisy print on it again. The
It
daisy
sure does.
so early in Drew's daisy times. It's so
Yep.
fun. And she finds condoms.
Bum, bum, bum.
When does she have time to go get those? But
True.
so Lindsay catches her, and of course, a fight ensues.
Of course it does.
You're sleeping with him, aren't you? You didn't hear a word I said.
You're going through my stuff? Give me those.
No, Lindsay, he's going to hurt you.
You don't understand. We're in love. And it's none of your business anyway.
This is my business. I'm your sister.
Yeah, but you're not my keeper. This is ridiculous. I was actually gonna wait until you fell asleep to sneak out afterwards. Joy, I love you, but you can't manipulate me anymore.
Yeah, girl.
Ooh, I love the
thunder in the background.
the thunder crash as she's like, you can't anymore.
I also noticed she's wearing her necklace even in this scene where she's like in a towel. I think she also wears it in the pool, right? I'm not going to scroll back up.
So she never took it off, probably.
I swear this is like a Jamie Walters necklace, and she would not take it off the whole time they were together. That is, I'm calling it now. At one point, we're going to find out that's true.
Yeah, probably. So Joy is telling Lindsay that she thinks there's an evil curse on her. And Lindsay's reply is like, you're really becoming pathetic, and just like leaves. But
Go.
of course, like Joy hasn't been telling her about all the crazy shit she's been involved in. So like,
That's true. She has no
you know?
idea.
yeah, exactly.
So Joy calls Jessica Raleigh sweet. And I was like, I love how this famous movie star is just staying under her real name, and anybody can go to her room, call it.
Right.
And she invites her to an AA meeting because, Jessica's been eating a bunch of chips and ice cream. So trouble. And then while she's inviting her, she's like packing a full bottle of liquor. So I think your theory is right.
Yeah. And I even like wrote it while I was watching, like, oh, she's probably get her drunk and blackmail her to give Lindsay the job back. Or
Lindsay the
in
whole
this
show.
case, or to make her look so bad or make her go back to rehab or whatever it is to make her fall off the wagon. Right.
Totally.
All right. So then we get one of the like most dramatic and kind of amazing scenes, which is the storm is just getting crazier. Joy's like trying to close the doors, but they're like flying open. She like can't control them. And then she gets struck by lightning.
Like, it's not even super clear. It's like the lightning flashes and then you just see her fall to the ground.
Right. Right.
But Lindsay like runs in to help her, and this is it. This is our wrap on Drew for the entire series.
All right, let's hear her last lines in 2000 Malibu Road.
Joy! Joy! Oh my god! Oh my god! Joy! Joy! Are you okay?
That's it.
Dun, dun,
That's a wrap on Drew. I mean, you even hear the like lightning crash before that. So it's like, how did Lindsay know?
Yeah.
Either way, wrap on Drew.
Oh, I'm sort of sad. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
know.
It was fun to see her in all these different like scenarios and outfits and stuff.
Yep.
All right, we got to also wrap up the entire series on everybody. So the final scene, Perry is working late in her office. And I'm like, why is she always working in the dark with a small little desk lamp? And she calls Roger's room in Carmel and leaves a message with her flight arrival time. And as she's leaving her office, going to the parking garage, I think, she's being followed. And it's a guy in a black leather jacket. It's the evil Roger.
It sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, and she like thinks he's joking at 1st. And then pretty quickly he tells her, I'm not Roger, and attacks her.
Yeah. Oof.
And so I'm like, he probably did. I think I said it earlier, but he probably did attack and rape Allison.
I think that's what we're supposed to take away from it.
But also like, yeah, split personality. Like, what is it? Because he seemed to maybe really believe that he didn't do it, but also he's a schmoozer, so who knows?
Totally.
And we won't know the end.
I know. That's the end of the entire series is this attack. It's just awful. And it's like not how you want this show to end, but it's how it did. At least in the US. So, okay, let's talk about this weirdness. Weird. And we have to mention it, but I'm also like, there's a huge grain of salt with all of this for me because I cannot track down like legitimate information. So on Wikipedia, there is a rumored international extra ending for the show. And the only source that they list is this book about melodramatic miniseries. And there's a tiny, tiny little paragraph in that book. I went and looked it up. And it says, you know, it aired in the US as a 6-episode pilot for like a continual show. And it ended with a cliffhanger, which was resolved by a voiceover epilogue added in for overseas audiences. Okay, so I cannot find that anywhere. Like, all we can go off of is what is in Wikipedia, which I'm like, well, who came up with this? Because there's a lot of details here.
Right. So I think I'm just kind of assuming that this is like a transcription of the narration. But again, we don't know.
Yeah,
and
we don't know.
We might never know. I mean,
so I'm going to briefly summarize it. There's a lot of details if you want to go to the Wikipedia, but basically it says that when it was screened overseas, so I'm like, that's not even specific as to what country it was, right? There was extra scenes where the stepdad's men shoot the fake lawyer guy, make it look like a suicide, and have a confession that he did the murder that Jade was accused of, which, like, I could see that. And that, like, there's another scene where Munoz breaks the news to Jade that all the charges have been dropped. And then, so, like, who knows? And then supposedly now we get that closing narration that goes over like montage of archive footage, wrapping up like resolutions for all the characters.
Apparently it says, here's just like a couple lines. So Jade married Munoz and had a child. Okay, sure.
That's why I looked up her age, by the way. I was like, had a child? I thought she was in her 40s. Not that I, you know, didn't have a baby in my 40s, but it was the 90s, guys. That wasn't so normal.
That's true. Okay, so then it says Joy survived being struck by lightning and went back to Chicago to teach astrology at a local college. All right, sure.
Oh, Chicago. Is
that where they're from?
I don't know. Remember we were talking about it.
I think, is Chicago considered the Midwest? I'm going to Google this.
Probably.
I think.
But I thought they were from like a small town. Maybe they never even say.
It's considered the Midwest. But,
okay.
You know, but I don't know. And then Lindsay became a world famous actress.
Of course.
All right. That was the plan all along. And Harry, this is so sad.
This is the worst.
Harry had a breakdown after her rape and ended up institutionalized.
Oh my God. Like, whether this is real or someone just made it up for Wikipedia, whoever came up with this is fucked. This is so not cool.
No matter what, whether it's a fake thing or the person who wrote it.
Exactly. And I'm like, is that
real.
supposed to be karma for how she treated the psycho ex on the stand? Like, awful.
I mean, I'm sad that there aren't like any of the like fake scenes that were in the finale weren't true, you know?
Yeah.
Because then I'd be like, we have to track it down.
I would love to know, like, I mean, it is possible it aired once, let's say in the UK, and no one recorded it and digitized it. Of course, like we talked about that before. This show is very ephemeral in the way that like it never had officially come out on any kind of release.
So I'm thinking about the fact like we might never see a higher quality version.
I know. It's awful.
That's so weird. I mean, I shouldn't say never. Who knows what'll happen with the future of the Druseum when we get everything.
True. But I would love to know if anyone out there like says, oh yeah, I live overseas and I remember it airing this way. Like I would love that, but we'll see. Reach out to us if you are that person. How do you drew pod@gmail.com?
Right. I was just gonna say that. Like if you're listening. All right, so the cancellation of the show was already in the news by the end of September. So aired beginning of September, like on the 9th, and then by the end, you have a thing that was printed in September 28th that says, pretty similar to what we said Lisa Hartman Black was quoted as saying in the first episode of this series. So Schumacher said that Malibu Road would have been renewed for mid-season, except Aaron Spelling and CBS couldn't come to a license fee agreement, so too expensive. It says it was awkward for him. It was a very expensive show to produce. A reported $1.2 million an hour, which I have no idea how that compares.
Right.
But also, the network wanted to keep Aaron Spelling's Melrose Place, which would have put his shows competing against himself. So it's just
there we go.
It wasn't that the storyline wasn't like Chef's Kiss.
Definitely wasn't that.
It is interesting that thing that talks about, it says like ran as a 6-episode pilot. That's an interesting way to think of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that makes sense though, because it's like this little mid-season, mini thing that they did. And then they're hoping that get picked up for fall for a real season. Because back then, it was like 22, 23 episodes a season.
Right.
So this is kind of unusual that it's 6, but it really only aired on 4 different nights. Like that's very small.
It is very small.
And that's it, guys. We are leaving the, what's it called? Beach water.
We're exiting the beach water.
The tide is receding. I had so much fun doing this. Like,
yeah, this was a fun series.
It was fun because it was so outrageous, but it was also fun because it's like such a lesser familiar part of Drew's filmography for both of us. So we're like revisiting something we've barely touched on before. So I really liked being able to do that. I like having that excuse to like go do that.
It's also kind of funny to think of us like dedicating 3 episodes when like movies only get 1. Although we did have a 2-parter. We had a couple 2-parters. But either way, like it's funny, but it's the amount of content. We really went into it. We had fun. We hope you guys had fun.
And it was our summer break.
Yeah, it's our summer break. And also we're filming this early. So that's one reason why the top of the show is a little light, but either way.
Because I'm literally going to the beach next week.
You're going to go in the beach water?
I considered like taping from the ocean so we could get all that background sound like we have in the show, but I decided against it.
I was going to say earlier there was one clip. I was like, oh my God, the ocean's so loud.
Yep.
Like genuinely.
Totally. But this was a lot of fun. So thanks, you guys, if you came along with us on this hilarious journey. We super enjoyed it, and we hope you did too. And if you want to leave us a review, you could do that. We always want more reviews, guys. We always want more stars. I haven't checked how many stars we have on Spotify in a while, but it seems to go up pretty regularly, which I really appreciate.
Ooh.
You can follow us on Instagram at How Do You Drew Pod. And then we also have at Drewseum for all of our other Drew content.
And while you're online, you're always online. You're always on your phone or your computer, right? Visit our website at howdoyoudrew.com, hosted on our OG, the Drewseum. Don't forget to sign up for our Patreon.
Patreon.com/howdoyoudrew.
And send listener mail. Reach out to us at howdoyoudrewpod@gmail.com.
Especially if you've seen this rumored overseas version of this finale.
Yes.
Also, I don't know if we mentioned it at any point in this episode, but every episode we have a page on our website, howdoyoudrew.com, and there's like a gallery of images related to what we talk about, and there's links to things. And yeah, go on there and check out the Tori Spelling hair and other things from this episode.
Okay, everybody, thank you for joining us in the beach water. And we'll see you all next Tuesday.
Bye, guys.
This episode of the How Do You Drew podcast was researched and produced by Ashley and Ann from thedrewseum.com with help from our sponsor, Positive Medium.
Special thanks to Matt Costa for our lovely theme song, Roxy Prima for our adorable logo, and last but not least, Drew Barrymore and all the Drewbies who love her. We do this for you.
Thank you.